Guys, what's up? Today we have an unboxing, unpackaging. Let's get into it. All right, we actually have scissors. If you have kids, you probably understand how scissors they seem to disappear all the time. I don't know why, but I finally got a pair of scissors for the shop, and I'm gonna try to keep them in the shop as long as I possibly can. But that's not what we're talking about as scissors. We're talking about an optic. This is an optic that has been coming for a while, and I'm excited about it. I've used some of their, let's get this thing off first before I start talking and groaning. They really package this thing up. I've used this company's optics before, and I have really appreciated them. And they came out with something new, and I asked if I could get a hold of one for review, and they sent it out. So full disclosure, I did not pay for this. All right, they did send this thing out, but it's mine to keep, mine to do what I want, say things, talk about it, put it on things, just use it, basically, and give you guys an opinion on it, and my experiences on it. So full disclosure, yes, I did not pay for this, but I have used RedWin things before. I have one on, oh, where did I put it? I had it on something. Oh, there it is. See, I knew it was somewhere. The RedWin Cobra. This is kind of, in my experience, this actually works better in my personal experience. Just my experience. Keep saying experience, not opinion, because it's not just thoughts, it's how they've actually worked. The Trijicon SRO, same size and everything, basically. But for me, it's worked. It's worked beautifully well. Doesn't flicker out, doesn't have weird auto settings that keep interfering with stuff. This has been awesome, right? So I've run it on different hosts and things. This is cool. And so since I know that I really like this optic, I have no qualms talking about or going through another optic from RedWin, because in my, again, experience, not just an idea, my experience, they have worked well. So I have high hopes for this guy. And this is the Cherno, Cherno Mini. Why do they come up with names like this? I don't know. It's hard to understand names and stuff, but yeah, let's just do a little unboxing, just a little ASMR. There we go. Anyway, 5-year warranty. That's cool. You get your little instructions, your little microfiber towel. The optic itself, a little hefty. The mounting plate, that would be nice. The screw, or not screw, the tool. And that should be it. Put everything back in here. Make look nice. Something like that. And let's get into it. The meat and taters of this thing. Interesting. I do not have the optic that this appears to be similar to from Hollison. I don't have that one. But this is a solar panel on top. It does have a battery. Is the battery in it? I do wonder. Battery is not in it.
I did talk to RedWin about the battery not being there, and they advised me, or told me basically, they don't provide the battery with it for a couple reasons. Number one, import stuff, shipping batteries, lithium stuff, it can be a little finicky. And also, you don't have to have the battery. It is solar powered as long as you have enough external light, which I did not have enough at this time in the studio to power the light. But if you had actual sunlight, you'd be perfectly good to go as far as powering your optic. You can put the battery in it, which I end up doing later, and then you have power whether you have light or you don't have light.
Thankfully, I do have an energizer. So let's throw this in. Just get our battery oriented properly. Get that tightened down. That is O-ring sealed, right? Feels like it. It's important to note. All right, it's like O-washer sealed, not O-ring, which honestly, I feel like that's gonna hold up better because O-rings can kind of twist and peel on you a little bit. I think this would be better. There you go, BAMSIS, nice and bright. Turn it down, turn it up. You can kind of look through there a little bit and see it, maybe. There it is, right there. Anyway, that's that guy, and I believe you can change your reticles by pressing and holding the plus second for 3 seconds. Plus second, 1, 2, 3, bam. Yeah, see? So you got the, what is becoming a standard of, what would it be? There you go. So it's becoming a standard of a dot, a circle, and a dot circle. All right, so what this looks like you got is a 2 MOA dot. You have a 72 MOA circle if you're measuring from the crosshair edges, or a 54 MOA circle if you're measuring just the circle itself. So basically a 54 MOA circle, a 2 MOA dot, You can have the dot by itself, circle by itself, or the dot circle, depending on what you want. In my opinion, if you have a circle dot, that's probably fine for like rifles and things like that. I prefer just the dot. If I was gonna put this on a shotgun, having that circle, that's, I think, a good idea. Shotguns in the big circle, I think that's fine because you got a shot pattern and that kind of helps you lead and do other kind of stuff. So anyway, this is a little larger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more micro, but overall, this is gonna be very interesting. I'm excited about this. You have your windage adjustments. Are they tactile and audible? Very nice, yes. Very tactile, very audible. I like that a lot. I feel like your plus and minus buttons are flipped around. If you're looking through the optic this way, right, this way, this is your plus button pointing back at you, and this is your minus button pointing away from you. I feel like that's different in other versions. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter to me. Doesn't really matter. Let's stick it on this fella real quick just to get a little look-see. Pretty standard mounting stuff, looks like. Is it retained? It's not quite retained, but it is spring, has some spring tension in there, so that's actually kind of nice. That's gonna be slick. Something like that, that little PCC, whatever you wanna call this thing, this is a 22. That is beautiful. That is beautiful on here. Got your solar backup. That's gonna be one slick little puppy. And we also are rebuilding a 300 blackout upper that should be pretty fun, should be pretty cool, and this might end up on there too, because it's a little bit larger. This is a little bit larger than what I thought it was, so that actually might work really well on the 300 blackout upper. Anyway, I'm going to give this guy a good fair shake. This is an unboxing and first impressions. Construction-wise, I mean, there's nothing extremely that stands out like it has to be talked about. It just seems solid. The battery seal seems to be fine. Like I said, again, I kind of prefer the washer style, like it's a flat ring. Kind of like a, trying to figure out a good, kind of like a water hose connector, right? It doesn't have an O-ring. It has that flat washer. I feel like that compresses better and it will hold better versus the rings, right? Which they can twist on you when you screw the lid on and they kind of bind up. I don't like those. I don't like those at all. Not that I don't like them at all. I shouldn't say that. I like them for what they are, but I feel like this would be good. Tactile audible clicks. I think this is going to be a solid little piece. Let's hit some main features real quick. You know what? I'm not seeing a runtime on here, and I think that's because this is solar. I'm doing this inside, and yes, I got studio lighting and stuff, but I'm not outside. If I was outside, I should have tested that, and I'll try that whenever I actually get out and shoot this thing. This may not even need a battery. That might be why there's no listed runtime that I can find. It has 8 brightness settings. It says that 8 brightness, 2 night vision settings, motion detection, IP67 waterproof, and solar LED power. So I'm assuming this is actually solar power, which would be why it didn't come with a battery, which would make sense, because why ship a battery if you don't need it? It's really just as a backup. So that could be really, really cool. Up here in Alaska though, generally for half the year, you're going to need some kind of a backup source of power because the sun's not out at full brightness. The sun's not at brightness settings. So anyway, that'll be cool. That'll be interesting. That is a first quick little look at the Cherno, C-H-E-R-N-O. Yeah, that's a quick little look at the Cherno optic, a solar powered. I would call this a smaller micro optic because it is shorter, smaller than your regular T1, T2 size optics. It's just bigger than your like ultra compact optics and stuff that's out there. But can't wait to get out and shoot this thing. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you want to see this thing do? I'm not going to smash it with a hammer. I think that's kind of productive. Nobody actually does that. I might kick it around and stuff and do some dropping with it, drop it and stuff and kind of bang it around just to see if it holds zero. But what do you guys want to know about this? What do you want to see about this? Have you even considered RedWin? Because like I said before, I have used RedWin in the past. I continue to use RedWin now. I feel like the optics from them that I have used have been on par with anything else in that price bracket, and they work. I have not had them fail on me, I will say that. So I have high expectations for this one. We'll see over time how it works, and hopefully we'll get out soon and break it in and shoot it and put it on some different hosts. All right, that's it. Thank you, RedWin, for sending this thing out. Y'all stay tuned for more, and hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.